Hi, and welcome to my video podcast, Learning Through Different Voices and Different Eyes. My name is Miriam. I'm the owner of Mimitoys.ie, and I'm a mom. I'm self-employed and I work from home. The objective of this podcast is what really got me to start Mimitoys back in 2004, which is finding ways to encourage children to learn, to play and learn through play and use their talents, emotions, feelings in the play and learning that way. I'd love this podcast to offer practical insights to parents and carers, and you're all very welcome. So today I'll have a chat with Kerrie Forde. Kerrie, thank you for being here. You're a friend of my daughter Molly, and you're 23 years old, and you're in third year in Athlone IT, and you're studying general nursing.
Yeah.
So Kerrie, I'm really interested to talk to you about and get your experience of your journey to getting to that course.
Okay, so I did my Leaving Cert in 2018, and at the time I didn't even have nursing on my CAO. I think my first choice was medicine, and I'd done the HPAT and everything, and I was aiming to get high grades, and then I ended up doing my Leaving Cert and came out with 420 points, so it was nowhere near to what I needed for medicine. So I was obviously disappointed, but I got offered general science in Maynooth, and I suppose I just kind of took it, and in my head I was like, oh, it's a back door into medicine, like it's fine, like I can do it that way. And then once I started in Maynooth in the following October, I think I got to January of the following year, and I just said to myself, I didn't want this anymore. Like, it wasn't what I thought it would be. I had weighed up the pros and cons of it. I'd said to myself, if I finish out this degree, it would mean another few years in college doing a master's or specializing in something. And I just didn't want to be spending all of my 20s in college, and money wise, and masters I think are crazy money as well, so I didn't want to have to put that on me or my parents. So I dropped out. Going back, I think I would have rather, I think if you drop out before October in Maynooth, it's free, but I had to actually pay the full fees before I could drop out in January. And then
sorry Kerrie, that was a huge decision that you made, and I suppose I'm just wondering about your parents, and how did it work out with them, or how did you justify dropping out and paying the fees?
So my parents, I suppose, like, college, not going to college wasn't an option for me. They were kind of like, you have to do something in college, even if it's general science, you have to do it. I suppose they were worried that I would just end up taking a year out and just sitting down doing nothing all year. So that's why I went, really, because I just kind of said, well, I have to, like, I have no choice. And all my friends were going to Maynooth as well, so I was like, I'll enjoy it either way. And then when it came to dropping out, they were very supportive. They knew it wasn't the course for me. They knew I was struggling a lot in the course, mentally and academically. And nothing was going right in that course. So they were like, fair enough, but you have to get a job. That was the thing. I couldn't drop out without a job, which is fair enough. So they were supportive, but I did feel pressure to go to college, knowing that it wasn't something I fully wanted to do.
Okay. And when you say that, it's interesting to hear about the pressure that you felt about going to college. Is this something that started in secondary school?
Yeah,
parents,
definitely.
Teachers, peers, do you think it's a general pressure that students feel at that age?
For sure, yeah. Like, the career guidance classes we would have in sixth year would only cater for people going to college and PLCs and the like. They wouldn't really say a gap year as an option. They would just kind of say, oh, these are all going to go straight to college and it's going to be great and it's going to be this. But I think that's only the reality for several students. I don't think it's for all. But definitely it did start in school, because I mean, even the stigma around doing a PLC, like, some students were like, oh, like, I don't want to do a PLC, but like, from my experience, it was the best thing I ever did. So I think it really does help you jump from being in Leaving Cert to writing academic assignments, because there's a huge jump that no one talks about.
Yeah, and I know you say PLC, it's post Leaving Cert. So is that the road you took once you dropped out?
So yeah, pretty much. Once I dropped out, I got a job in the local nursing home, kind of just to get some sort of income. I didn't even know what to expect at all. I actually thought I was going in for a kitchen assistant role, but it turned out to be healthcare, and they were saying that I had to do a level 5 in healthcare if I wanted to continue this job. And I kind of said to myself, I mean, I'm not doing anything else at the moment. This course was part-time, and it suited me to do it. I think it was 8 modules related to healthcare. So that's what I did on my gap year. I suppose I was working and doing a PLC, but I was saving money then. But yeah, no, the PLC was great. Like it was just a stepping stone, really. Like I still used my Leaving Cert results to get into my course that I'm in now, but it was good to have the level 5 just as a backup.
So okay, you did your your PLC, sorry, and so Leaving Cert, Minute dropped out at PLC, and then how did you get into Athlone IT? Or how easy was it to get into Athlone IT from the PLC?
So you could have got into the PLC or the Athlone with the PLC, but I just chose to use my Leaving Cert results because there was a higher chance of me getting in, like through the CAO, because they only allowed in a select few. And you have to get in your PLC, if you get all distinctions, you're bound to get into the Athlone or whatever college third level you apply to. But I just wanted to use my Leaving Cert results because I felt like they were wasted. And I had the points, so I said I'd just go for it. And then I went through the CAO again, and then got offered to do general nursing. And then I said to myself I would take another year out and just save up the money, defer my year and save up money for college and do my driving test and get everything sorted, so I wouldn't have, I suppose, to commute to college, and it would just be handier on me and my parents. So, and I was happy to do that, like save money, work full time after doing my level 5. So that's how I got into Athlone.
Yeah. How easy is it to find that type of information?
It's very hard to find this information unless you go through it, which is so wrong. But I suppose where the career guidance teachers are coming from, they haven't been through the system themselves. Like I had to go through the CAO 3 times. Once in Maynooth to get into there. The second time was to apply for general nursing. And then once you defer that, you have to apply through the CAO again and say that you've deferred a course, and then wait and see if there's still spaces in that course. So there was still a chance that I mightn't have got it the third time round, but luckily there was enough spaces and I did. But I think if it's a smaller college, it's an IT, well now it's a university, but at the time it was an IT and it was a smaller college, so there was smaller demand. But if it was a Dublin college, I wonder, I don't know if I would have got it if I deferred, if that makes sense. So there was a lot of things I didn't know when I was dropping out and deferring, and
Okay, so if it was to be done again, would you do it again? Are you happy with the way your choices?
To be honest, if I was to do it again, I would have just done general nursing straight away, even though it wasn't really what I wanted. It just would have meant I would have qualified at 22. I'd be qualified by now, but it's just not the route I chose. So that's really it. Doing anything else differently, I suppose, my only regret is that I did go to Maynooth when I knew in my heart and soul I didn't really want to do general science. It was just kind of to please my parents and to fit in with my friends, I suppose, that I was going to college. And I did breach the subject of a gap year with my parents, but it was just no. And fair enough, I don't think they realized how good it could have been. Because there was, again, so much stigma around gap years and it wasn't spoken about in school, and it wasn't an option for us to take a gap year because apparently you just sit around and do nothing on a gap year, but that's not the case. That's not my case.
Exactly. I mean, gap year, often you think doing nothing and but what's the story with money and stuff. So as parents, when you hear gap year, you shiver. But gap year in your head was always working and paying for your driving and your car and everything.
Exactly. And it's such a big jump, like I said, from going from Leaving Cert to third level college academic writing, it's so daunting. And I think everyone would benefit from a gap year to even just do a PLC in academic writing or do some sort of course, just to help you. I mean, I don't know, it comes naturally to some people, not for me. I'm still terrible at academic writing. I'm still just about scraping the academic writing in college, but it's so hard, and it would really benefit students to take a gap year and just focus on academic writing or saving money or earning life experience and stuff.
Absolutely, and hands-on experience and stuff. So it's brilliant to hear you, Kerrie. I have to say, I admire what you've done, you know, and also as a parent, I think it's good to know that you, the student or the student or the young adult, you know what's best for you and you will work it out, you know. And when I hear you, you've worked everything out by yourself, of course, having, you know, the lovely love and support from your parents, but you found out the hard way and hard ways of getting to where you wanted to go. So it's brilliant. So I have to say, it's really it's nice to hear you, and that's really why I wanted to talk to you and, you know, spread this on the Mimitoys podcast, because it's nice to know, you know, you can succeed other ways than university and other ways. So it's great, Kerrie. Thank you very much for your time.
No problem.
As you know, the podcast will be on our Mimitoys website and the Mimitoys YouTube channel. And I'll put, maybe we'll work on little tips and hints if you were talking to a 15 or 16-year-old now, you know, maybe what would be the things, the pointers to help them make the right decisions. So thanks, Kerrie, for your time.
No problem. Happy to be here.
Thanks.